Election season sure seems far away, but you know primary ballots go out next week. Election rigging conspiracy theorists hold the top line on the Republican primary ballot for governor, senator, and secretary of state. Right now, every county in our state's making sure that its voting equipment is ready to count the votes accurately, despite some unsupported claims you might hear from candidates. Politics guy Marshall Zellinger takes us inside the process.
This is our logic and accuracy test. We do this before every single election to test the accuracy of our equipment.
Share this story with your friends who doubt that machines cannot accurately count the votes bubbled in on ballots.
Just come and actually see the process. We'll show you every step of the way.
Every county is required to do what Denver showed us today, a logic and accuracy test.
This is really just to involve the public, to kind of verify that we're doing our jobs correctly and that the equipment is behaving as it should.
Here's how it works. Mark, a Democrat, and Steve, a Republican, each filled out 32 test ballots. Those ballots are then scanned into the computer and counted. Then, those same 32 ballots each are punched into the touchscreen tablets as though they had been voted in person instead of at home on paper. Each of those touchscreen ballots gets converted into a printed QR code. Those QR codes are scanned into the computer just like the paper ballots. And if the testing is accurate, they should produce the same results as the paper ballots.
Poll list for governor.
And for one more level of accuracy, the paper ballots are also counted by hand. I'll end the suspense. Each method produced the same results. It just took about an hour longer by hand.
Yeah, weird, right? So that the hand count took longer than us actually scanning the ballots. But yes, that's usually the most time-intensive part of this test.
And that was with a one-page, two-sided ballot. Denver's been known to have ballots that are 3 pages, two-sided.
You can kind of maybe extrapolate a little bit of that to figure out how long it'll take to hand count, which is going to take forever.
This test was not to prove machine counting is better than hand counting, just that machines count correctly. With the test complete, the machines were cleared, reset back to 0, and ready for the June 28th primary. So for your friends who doubt, send them to an elections office to watch. Denver has an open invite.
I wonder why you weren't here if you're doubting that much.
Every county does this same test, including Elbert County, which did it last week. And the election manager, not the clerk and recorder, told me the county had no issues with the test in Elbert County. That means a bubbled-in vote for candidate A on an Elbert County ballot will be read by their machine as, get this, Kyle, a vote for candidate A.
This is fascinating because the leading contender for Secretary of State on the Republican side, Tina Peters, has said that in Colorado, our elected officials are selected, not elected. But nobody's ever provided evidence of that.
And Mesa County has to do this exact same thing, that you do some test ballots, run them through the machines, and make sure that the machine counts them the way you filled them out in the ballot. Every county has to do this before the primary. And if there's something wrong, which there is not in this case in Denver for sure, and in Elbert County for sure, if there is something wrong, it gets resolved before the election. But that's not happening.
We should note in Mesa County that process is overseen by somebody other than Clerk Peters because the judge ruled she can't be trusted around the voting equipment. Marshall, thank you.